Welcome to Teabaggers, the podcast where golf meets a whole new level of attitude. I'm Dale Smedley, co-founder of Golf Gods, and I'm here to bring you behind the scenes of the brand, the sport, and the people who make golf more than just a game.
That's right. If you're here for stuffy country club talk, you might be in the wrong place. I'm Shaun Trevelyan, mostly referred to as Bear, the co-founder of Golf Gods. And if you love golf and don't take life too seriously, then grab a drink, kick back, and join us for some stories, laughs, and maybe a few hot takes.
In this podcast, we're digging into all things Golf Gods, from the crazy idea that started it all to the wins, the struggles, and everything in between. Trust me, you don't want to miss it.
So whether you're a weekend warrior or just here for the banter, welcome to Teabaggers, where golf is life, but not too serious.
Let's tee it up.
Welcome back to Teabaggers, the podcast where golf and good times collide. Today, we have a very, very special guest. He's a member of the Torquay GC on the LIV Golf Tour, Mexican superstar, Carlos Ortiz. Carlos, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
No problems, mate. Now, firstly, we had a little delay because you made sure you had your watch on. Do you want to tell us about the watch?
No, I love my watches.
You love it. Yeah, you need to know the time. You're making sure I'm not going to run too long. So good to make sure you got that on, mate. That's good.
Thank you.
Now, welcome back to Adelaide. I believe this is your third time here.
Yes.
Yep, cool. So what we thought we'd just start with having a little bit of South Australian cuisine on the table for you, just in case you wanted to sample some of the South Australians' finest. We've got the chocolate fruit chocks, which is an icon. We've got the Villiers Bakery Pies, which is an iconic bakery. And of course, we've got West End, the best beer in South Australia. So I'm not sure if you're going to fancy one right now in the lead up to an event or not. If you want to partake, you're 4 days out or something, so you're welcome to, but I'm going to have one anyway while we're here. Mate, so I'm going to start with asking you about growing up in Mexico and golf and your journey to becoming a professional golfer. So tell us what it's like in Mexico when you were young. Was golf a really popular sport? Did lots of people play it? Was it accessible?
Honestly, not so much. It's not really a popular sport. I still don't think it's a popular sport. It's definitely more for the elites. That's it's hopefully changing little by little. And I was fortunate enough that my parents were a member of a country club where I could, have a golf course, access to a golf course. Honestly, I don't even know why I picked golf. Because my dad loved soccer. I actually really liked soccer too, and I don't know. Eventually, I started just playing, and it's just something that once I started, I've always played golf, and I haven't really had a life without golf. Since I remember, I've played it. I loved it, and my parents were really nice at always taking me. They always supported what I liked, and they really pushed me in a certain direction. They just always asked that whatever I did, I just compromised and did it correctly, and I always did that with golf. And you know how it is, kind of an addiction. So I've always been addicted to this sport.
Excellent. Yeah. So I guess you mentioned soccer. In terms of golf, is it considered in Mexico a cool sport compared to soccer, which I think is the most popular sport in Mexico?
Golf is definitely in Mexico, like in most countries, like in South America and countries like that. It's just more fun for the elites.
Yes.
And that's something that we're really trying to change. So most people have that. Anybody that would like to play have access. It's just harder because there's not that many country clubs available. There's not that many public golf courses, and the places where there is public golf course in Mexico, there are more like resorts, like touristy place, like at the beach, and it's still like a $300 green fee, like Cabo or Cancun or something like that. So definitely there is an issue of access to golf, but it's just something that is getting worked on, and we have First Team Mexico and different programs that are trying to make golf more accessible for everybody.
Great. Well, we have a lot of Mexican followers on our social media and a lot of customers, so it's definitely getting out there, and you being a part of LIV is going to be helping it a lot as well, I would imagine. So that's good to hear. So going back to your junior days of playing itself, did you ever have a moment where you were like, maybe in a tournament or playing out there where you went, golf's stupid, I hate this sport, I don't want to play anymore?
Oh, I have it all the time still. Yeah, it's just something that really happens with this sport. It can be so annoying sometimes. But I think that's why we're all addicted to it. It's just you can never be good enough. You can always improve on something, and it definitely is. This sport, more than annoying, it just breaks your heart. It keeps breaking my heart, and I just keep going back to it. I don't know, but it is definitely one of those sports. I think you have a lot of disappointing moments, but once you have the good one, it makes it all worth it. It's just that kind of thing where you just have to keep working and don't really focus on results, and eventually results just come to you. It's one of those things that you try to make a putt without trying to make it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Well, for someone of my ability, usually it's, on the 17th and I actually hit a drive in play for the first time all day and I'm like, yes, I'm coming back again.
Yes,
but
exactly.
For you, it's a lot different, but similar kind of
that's
idea.
it. You're just waiting for that. It's just that one shot away from you just being back and loving it.
Yeah, that's awesome. When you were young, did you have any superstitions that you look back on towards your golf where you think, oh, that was a bit ridiculous? Like any routines or superstitions?
I really try to break any kind of superstition, but I've definitely had several, like, and some of them have been my fault, some of them haven't. Like, I give you an example, like, I got one of these that to this day I still don't really use them. If I have to, I'll use them, but number twos, I don't use them. I was playing European Tour Q School, like 2013.
Yep.
And so we started, and it was like the second or third round, first stage, and I started like bogey or triple bogey or something like that. And like after the second hole that or third hole that we hit it to like the shit, like to the bushes, the caddy picks up the ball. Oh, I know what's going on. We're playing Tiles 2. These are bad luck. It says like we need to change to something else, like so we changed the ball and I made like four or five birdies in a row.
Yes.
And it's like that can't be true. So the next time I play with a Tiles 2, same thing went to the shit. It's like, this is definitely the ball, So it changed and I've never used them again. And so I've been slowly starting to use them because I start just having a lot of Tiles 2s, But I don't think superstitions are real. I think we just get in our heads and we believe that those are real. So I really try to break them. I really try every time I get to little things like that. I try to just really push it until it's not a thing.
Yeah.
But I've definitely had. That's just one of the few that I've had.
Yeah, awesome, great. Was there an event or a moment when you were young where you thought I could potentially be a professional golfer? Was there something was there a moment where you went?
Yeah, I mean, I just always knew that I was going to be That's just what I wanted to do.
You were very focused on that. And
that's just always what I wanted to do. And I always knew I was going to be able to. I learned from a young age that if you just work hard enough, you can get whatever you want. It's just, are you willing to pay the price? And that's just something I've learned. And maybe it's not true or it's true, but for me, it's been true. I just feel like as long as you're willing to pay the price for whatever you want, you'll get it.
Some good advice there. That's great. Who was the first golf pro that you met where you felt starstruck, where you were like, wow, this is a professional golfer and this is...
They used to have a tournament in my home golf course, the Honda Invitational, and a lot of good golfers used to come, like Tom Lehman and like just different, like older guys, but they used to come and I used to go see them. But actually this guy that's called Eric Compton, he used to play on the PGA Tour too, had a open heart surgery. And I carried the scores for him. Yep. On the final run, he won, and he gave me his hat and everything. And he was like, "Oh my God, I want to be like one of these guys." And I remember also getting just a ball. I understand now why the kids keep screaming for balls and gloves, but just getting a ball or a glove, it was unbelievable. I got his hat, and he signed it because I walked the whole day with him. And then eventually, a few years, maybe 10, 15 years later, I played with him on the PGA Tour one day. Oh, great. And it was, I told him the story, but it was not like somebody big. It was just a normal moment. It was a big moment for me because that's a guy I always remember who he was.
Yeah, that's excellent. Great. That's awesome. Well, I'm going to get into some questions about LIV Golf and Torquay now. I'm going to start with your team is all from different regions of South America. Who does the best food?
Oh, Mexico.
Oh, I was hoping you would answer.
Yeah, there's no comparison.
So Dale and I, especially Dale, are very big Mexican food fans. Yeah. So we were hoping you would go for that. On the Torque team, who would be the one that's going to be late for a tee time if there was going to be anyone?
I don't think nobody would be late, honestly.
No, you're all switched on and focused. And
yeah, I think most of us are pretty on time most of the times.
That's good. What about who's the worst loser on a team when the bet goes wrong? If you're having a bit of a friendly wager out on the course, which one doesn't take it that well?
It all depends, but you definitely do not want to get... Sebastian Munoz has a blacklist. If you get in that blacklist, it's not good. He has several players on the list that are on his blacklist, and you do not want to be in that blacklist.
That he won't play with, or blacklist
he has a banter with you. Like he has an issue with you, and he's really competitive. So he'll make sure he'll beat you. You don't want to be on that list. He's really competitive.
Good. That's awesome. So my next question was, if LIV introduced a rule where you could trash talk opponents, who do you think on Torquay would be the be the leader of that?
Oh no, Mito is really good at that.
Mito's good.
Mito's really good at that.
Yep. Okay, cool. If LIV Golf had a karaoke night, out of everyone in the squad, not just Torquay players, who would be the one up there really ripping it, and who would get booed off the stage?
Honestly, I don't know. But I mean, I guess the Koreans might be good at karaoke.
Okay.
I don't know why I think they should be good.
You haven't ventured into a karaoke bar to see who's good or bad yet?
I mean, maybe the Australians, so if they feel like they can have a good time too,
we sing out of tune a little bit. Some of them might be good.
I honestly, I think Australians would be good at karaoke.
Okay, cool.
I related that to having a good time too.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Not shy to get up there and have a go. Which one of your teammates would be the best in a street fight?
I mean, Mito just has the body for that.
He does, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, you'll see, he's one of those guys that if if he gets in a crash, watch out for the other car. He'll be fine. He's built with thick bones and he's strong.
He's a strong one in the team. Love it. If Liv were to hold a beer chugging contest, where do you think Torquay would rate a beer chugging? So like sculling a beer. If it was a team event of sculling beers, where would you?
I think we middle of the table, maybe.
Yep.
Yeah, I think Australians definitely have us there.
Aussies are proficient with the shoey now, aren't they?
Yeah.
So they're pretty.
We're not big drinkers. But I think middle. I think we could still probably drink, but not. There's definitely better. There's definitely teams that are more equipped for that.
Yeah, cool. Now, LIV's all about entertainment. What's a non-golf skill that you could show the world? So non-golf. So what's another skill that you have that would be entertaining?
Like mine?
Yeah.
Entertaining.
Like, can you juggle or can you?
I can juggle, but
juggle a soccer ball a lot of times.
I'm not that good at that. Juggle. I can talk. I can tell you. I can talk all day.
You can talk, so you're a good talker. That like a comedian.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm a comedian, but I can talk.
Yeah, that's good. What's the best team celebration Torquay have had so far in the tour? And
honestly, it's sad, but I haven't won with Torquay.
Yeah,
so I've won with Fireballs, and they were okay.
Yep.
I haven't won with Torquay, and we're way closer. Like these are like my good friends, so we're waiting for that. And I'll tell you hopefully next year.
Yeah, well, hopefully it's this week in Adelaide.
Yeah.
Mate, let's get into some funny Australian questions. Okay, so this is your third time here, so you've been to the place a couple of times now. What's the best and worst thing about Australian fans?
Honestly, I can compare them to like the USA, and I feel that they are similar and they like to have a good time and drink a lot, but the way they mess with you or insult, because they're not insulting, but the way they mess with you, it's a lot more. It's like you laugh at it, like it's not that annoying. So I think that they do a good job of still having fun with the players and engaging without really being stupid.
Yeah, good. That's excellent. Anything bad about Australian fans that you've had to deal with while you've been here?
I mean, they do like to have a good time. They can get too drunk, but I mean that's part of it. I've loved it so far. They look like they're having a good time, and then when they're having a good time, it just brings the vibe of the whole place up.
Absolutely, yeah, for sure. If a kangaroo stole your ball, would you want to take a penalty drop, or would you want to try and fighting for it?
I mean, I've seen that video. We've all seen that video where the guy just fights kangaroos. So I've always want to have a try, but I
They don't mess about, mate.
But no, they mess around. But I mean, when are you going to say I got in a fight with a kangaroo? It will be a good story no matter what, And I don't think it will kill you.
It would go viral too, wouldn't it?
Yeah, right? It wouldn't kill you. You maybe get a bruised eye or like something, but it will be a good story to tell.
So you're going to take him on. I love
I'll
that.
take him on.
Good man. What's one thing in Australia that's made you think, that's a bit weird? It's strange. Something strange that you've encountered here.
I mean, the shoes. Out of all the places you can drink, you pick your shoe all sweaty, but I mean, it's just a thing,
That's great. What's more confusing, Australian slang or LIV Golf's team scoring format?
Oh, you're putting me on the spot here with that question. I mean, I honestly, both are a little bit strange, but the slang.
Yeah. Well, I mean, once you get to know them, though, they make sense, don't they?
I mean, yes, I guess.
Yeah.
They're still getting to know it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Can you give us your best, g'day, mate, we're in Australia, in an Australian accent?
G'day?
Mate?
G'day, mate.
We're in Australia.
We're in Australia.
In an Australian accent.
That's my Australian accent.
That was it. That was pretty good,
I
actually.
already have
Not
an
really
accent as I speak,
you
and
did that really
it's hard
well.
for me to do accents.
Yeah, cool. All right, we're going to wrap up with some quick fire questions. So I'm going to hit you with some questions, and I just want you to answer as quick as you can,
Okay.
and come out with it. So number one, would you rather win one Masters tournament or 14 LIV events?
One master tournament.
Which golfer on LIV would you not like to share a hotel room with?
No one. I don't like sharing rooms.
Oh, you don't want anyone in your rooms.
No.
To settle a bet, would you rather a longest drive contest or a closest to pin?
Close to a pin.
Yep. Hole in one on the party hole. Are you sticking around to buy everyone beers, or are you going to do a dash before the tab gets too nasty?
No, I'll buy beers for
You
everybody.
buy the beers?
Yeah.
All right, cool. If you could swap players with any other athlete worldwide, who would it be and why?
Federer. I love the way he's handled his whole career.
Excellent, yeah. If you could take one skill from any golfer in the world, what would it be?
Joaquin Imes, the way he hits his drive is pretty unique.
Okay, there you go. What would be more terrifying, a magpie swooping you or an Australian huntsman spider? So a magpie is the black and white bird, and they come from the trees and swoop down on you if you walk near a tree. So it tries to take your head off.
No, but the spiders, I don't like spiders.
Spiders? Okay, cool. Do you know the saying, I'm not here to fuck spiders?
I don't know. I don't know. That's a weird saying.
Okay. So it basically means that you're not here to mess about. So Australians would say that and say,
Yeah.
say if you're here for the event, like I'm here to win. I'm here to enjoy
I'm
myself.
not here to fuck spiders.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I want to use that in the media. I'm going to use that in the media this week.
Good.
I'm not here to fuck
If you
spiders.
drop it, give us a shout out,
Yeah.
okay? One Torquay Golf Club player needs to make a 10-foot putt to win the team event for the season, the championship. Who's going to take that putt?
I'll take the putt.
You're up. And what's the winning individual score for LIV Golf Adelaide?
I don't know. I heard this. Does it play faster this time of the year, the golf course, or not?
I haven't heard. It does, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bit earlier in the year, so it's hotter. Yeah, it will be a bit hotter.
Maybe 15 under, 14 under.
Okay. Well, Carlos, that was amazing. Thanks so much for coming on Teabaggers. That's a wrap. I'm going to let you get back to getting ready.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.